Welcome back to Building Character. I'm Troy Norton. Brenda and David live in an old Carnation Dairy processing center in downtown San Diego. In the old days, it was heaven for kids when they would stop by for some ice cream. But today, for these former suburbanites, it's their own scoop of urban paradise.
For Brenda Kazar and David Shuck, the whole thing started as a vision, or more like a gaze. The suburbanites were drawn to this mural on the side of an abandoned dairy distribution plant in downtown San Diego. They saw the eyes, they saw an ad for raw loft space, they jumped at the chance to live downtown.
We didn't want a cookie cutter condo where there's, 300 of them built and you purchase one. This was a unique property, unique location.
But by the time they closed on the warehouse space in April 2002, the unique mural had been whitewashed away. But David and Brenda's vision for domesticating the old dairy was still vivid.
Everyone that walks in the front door just walks in and their eyes go up and their mouths drop open because it's such an unusual space.
But let's back up even further. What's even more unusual is the evolution of this space. It started as the Quality Dairy Distribution Center back in 1923. Then it became the Carnation Dairy in the 1940s.
Since we've been here, we've met so many people that say, oh, I remember when I was a kid, I used to go down there and get ice cream cones.
The dairy closed down in the early 1970s, and then the building was used for a variety of businesses, including an art center. But when Brenda and David got a hold of the place in 2002, it was not a pretty picture.
I think most people, when we first moved here, thought we were a little crazy. It hadn't been finished out. It was pretty much just a shell. You had to have a lot of imagination when you walked in the door if you wanted to see it as a residence.
Luckily, imagination is something these two have plenty of. David makes wood furniture in his spare time, so he knows how to create something beautiful out of something awkward.
And so David started doing some sketches, and the main thing that we had to tackle was this existing staircase.
Right in the middle of what would be their living room was a large commercial staircase connecting two mezzanines. So David hired a contractor to help plow through the project.
When they first brought me the sketches, I thought they were crazy and relocating from a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house down to a commercial residential zone.
Carving out a residence in the old commercial zone was another big challenge due to the confusing city building codes.
So does it fall under residential building code? Because that's on one page, and commercial building code's on another page, and, the two never meet.
Never say never. They cleared the codes, tore out the stairs, and in just 2.5 months, they had a home. Today, the old dairy is 1,500 feet of ultra-hip urban living. The open warehouse feel is tamed using brightly colored walls to define rooms. A warm yellow kitchen, deep red in the dining room, and sky blue in the retro guest bathroom. But the splash of color that means the most to David and Brenda is the reproduction of the Eyes of Picasso mural that drew them here in the first place.
So now it watches over us, inside rather than outside.
And what an inside it is. 23-foot-high original wood ceilings give the main living areas that warehouse feel. A new, smaller staircase leads to a suspended catwalk that connects the two mezzanine levels. Up here, the master bedroom and bath have a private, cozy feel.
We don't have an ocean view from the bedroom mezzanine, but to create a little bit of an ocean view type atmosphere, I've placed a few surf and beach shots up on our ledge here.
Much of David and Brenda's decor revolves around their love of art and passion for travel. From moody masks to whimsical artwork, the couple loves milking every inch of the old dairy for their collections.
This is a load-bearing wall. The shelf has worked out really well for displaying things along with the exposed girders, and it's become our travel wall. We have pictures from different places that we've been to, and you can kind of gaze at those as you walk along the catwalk.
Brenda's office sits on the other end of the catwalk. Here the mezzanine floor was cut back a few inches from the outer wall to allow the original warehouse windows to soar all the way up. To prevent that dark factory feel, the couple added skylights all over, but they need to use a makeshift pole to open and close them 23 feet up. Despite everything they added, there are many aspects of this space that are still very dairy. old chains and metal fasteners still hang from the ceiling. And an original concrete wall stretches across the main living area. And a drainage channel, once used for washing out milk vats, still runs under the floor.
We keep items down here that we don't use very often, like camping items and things like that, and our valuable wines are kept down here.
And if David and Brenda need to stock up on groceries, or anything else for that matter, all they have to do is go for a stroll. Whether it's a ball game, some skateboarding, or walk in town, they're now living the city life they always dreamed of.
A place like this makes you realize that, there's all these possibilities out there.
And for this couple, turning their dream of living in the center of the city into a reality required a vision that was definitely insightful.
Yeah.
Still to come on Building Character, we'll find out why the book collection in this former library was checked out permanently by its new owner. Then, we'll find out why conversions that involve hockey and 125-year-old windows don't always score.